Almost there. Alright, today we're at a particular client's property. I put in a 7-acre plot for them. Food plot designated to wildlife. 4.5 acres of corn, 2.5 acres of soybeans, and I placed them in rows for their recommendations and my recommendations to allow it to be huntable and to be able to see deer. They got a nice big redneck blind at one end of it, 15 feet in the air, and they like to see deer, and there's a lot of deer out here. We don't have a lot of agriculture around here, so this plot is getting hit hard. So besides contending with the weeds, we're gonna spray the weeds off today with glyphosate, Roundup Ready corn, Roundup Ready beans. After that, we're gonna spray a new product called Xplode, and it's supposed to make the plant taste bad to keep the deer off it for 3 to 4 weeks. It will depend on weather, how much rain we get and stuff. It could wash it off, but the key is to keep this corn growing. A farmer told me if the corn is always growing, the deer don't like that as much. But they've been nipping it off. There's a lot of deer out here, so we're gonna try to take care of it. We will be back in 2 weeks to see the results. Okay, here's this Xplode. I'm going to use 100 gallons of water, and that should do my 7 acres to do, and I put 2.5 gallons in. So, you know, that's costing retail about $125 to spray it once, and it should last. I'm spraying the whole thing. Put some surfactant on it. See what happens. It should be okay. So the PTO pump agitates the water and mixes the chemical up, keeps the chemical moving in that amount of water. To spray is ground driven, so the spray pump is locked in by the wheel, and it'll be ground speed to spray out the nozzles. It's a 40-foot distance, which is great. I'm using a little over an ounce per gallon of water with the glyphosate. Okay, at the 2-week check-in after I sprayed Xplode and glyphosate, the plot is looking really, really good. I eliminated most of the competition, if not all of it, and the corn has really taken off. Now we are blessed with some great moisture the last few weeks and the last month as far as that's concerned, but the Xplode did its job, and the customer cannot be more than happy. Here's a phone message he left me during that time.
Casey, this is Gail. Couple things. One, that deer begun, I mean, it is unbelievable. I've set out 3 times since you sprayed it, and I mean, every day the number of deer in that field went down. Until the last time I sat there, no deer came out into that field to eat off of it. So it's pretty amazing stuff. It takes a while for it to get started, but it seems like the word gets around to the deer.
I sprayed the entire 7 acres with Xplode, opposed to just spraying the outer perimeter of it, which I could have done. But since I've never been done before, and I wanted to get that Xplode on every bit of the plants as much as possible, I did everything. Now, if I was going to spray it again, I probably would have just stayed with the perimeter. But this worked. I only had to spray it once the entire season. I only had to spray glyphosate once the entire season. And none of this harmed the deer whatsoever. I sprayed the glyphosate first, sprayed all 7 acres, then I came back, loaded back up, and then sprayed the Xplode on second. I put surfactant in with both of them. Surfactant is an additive that allows the spray to attach to the plant a lot better. I planted 2 varieties of BT corn double stack. The more genetically enhanced your corn is, the more the deer doesn't necessarily like the taste of them. Now don't get me wrong, deer are going to eat all corn. It doesn't matter. But some corns taste differently than others. So if you're going to do this, try to get the most genetically enhanced, a triple stack, a double stack. Again, I planted 2 varieties, a 95-day maturity and a 93-day maturity. If I had more resources, I would have planted 3 different varieties. This gives me a lot of room for error. Our utilization cages has shown the results of our soybeans. Inside the cage, they came up fairly well. Outside of the cage, the deer really browsed them down along with other wildlife. So we'll have to make a mental note of this while making our preparations for seeding next year. This Xplode and glyphosate work as it should. The corn was able to reach maturity, get 6, 7, 8 feet tall, and we're going to leave this corn up all winter long to feed the deer. My client was able to harvest a really nice buck out of his redneck blind with his crossbow along the edge of this corn. Now in spring we will chop this corn down. We will spray a liquid nitrogen with humic acid in it to break down the stalks, or help break down the stalks. And then we're ready to disc, till, and replant again. If you have any questions on how I did this, please give me an email. Become a member of the QDMA. Get involved in your local branch. Thanks for watching, and God bless.